Soccer is over. It's done. There's no more, and it's never coming back until 3 months from now. So it won't be that long, and then Copa America is playing. So don't want to sound so dramatic, but this is Hermanos FC, and I am not joined today with my brother, but he does have a message for us that I'll play later on in the episode. I wanted to talk about the 2023-2024 season and kind of the amazing things that's happened. I mean, we can watch the MLS now. That's kind of cool, I guess, so we'll be paying attention to that. But I wanted to kind of touch on the crazy season that we've had from all angles, from all kind of other leagues around the world. As of this recording, Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund have not played the Champions League yet. They will be meeting up in the final. Borussia Dortmund had an amazing run, an amazing journey coming up until this final, and it's personally a great storyline for them to get all the way to the final and possibly win it against a very, very difficult Real Madrid team. It'd be an amazing storyline ending for Marco Reus, and even his goodbye at the Borussia was amazing. He bought everyone in the stadium a beer. He put it all on his tab. It was like an amazing gesture from him to the fans. It would be an amazing send-off for him to win the Champions League. It'd be really, really awesome. But Real Madrid is in the hunt. I mean, they came back from a crazy aggregate against Bayern Munich to get to the final. 4-3 aggregate. It would be not a surprise if Real Madrid won. I mean, they know how to play. I mean, not know how to play. They know how to win. There's no gaps in their winning mentality. They are going to absolutely give it 100%. And it's going to be a great game, I feel. It's going to be a great back and forth attacking game. It's going to come down to the wire. I feel it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means from either side. Also, the Premier League finished, and the title race up at this point, at the point of this recording, Manchester City has won the title for the fourth consecutive time. So they are 4 Peters. What can you say about a team like them? I think I have my thoughts about kind of the money that's infused into these teams and the kind of the oil companies, and there's this really kind of shady side of all of it where these teams are becoming powerhouse teams because of like huge cash infusions that they get. And it feels like the culture of those teams, I mean, they have fans. I think there's also a big kind of argument that they don't have the fandom or the fans. Of course they do. But I think they're just not a big club in that sense. Like, they're not a bigger club than Man United. They're not a bigger club than Arsenal. They're not a bigger club than Liverpool. They are etching themselves to be that. But I think in this weird way of them winning so much, it also dulls down the importance of their wins in some weird way where the rest of the teams are so accustomed to them winning that they'd rather see other teams lose. Like how Tottenham fans didn't want to win against Man City so that Arsenal couldn't get the title. And I'm a Tottenham fan, so I'm a little biased about that. But it's this weird mental shift where we're okay with them winning so much, and it kind of makes everything, I don't know, it kind of dims the light a little bit on everything. But with that being said, a little bit of the light has dimmed in the Premier League because it was also Jurgen Klopp's last game over the weekend. And his farewell and his goodbye was really touching, and the players couldn't hold in their tears. I think that's what I mean about the kind of culture that gets created in a team like that, where Man City does have, winning mentality, and they have Pep, but it all just, I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same. I don't know, personally. I mean, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I just see how different the way that their fans are with the coach and the team, and it's just a different vibe, a different energy, and it's something that's really magical in that sense where everyone kind of supports and is after the same cause, and I don't know, it's just a different thing. But I don't know if that's just because Man City wins so damn much. Maybe that's what it feels like. It's like, well, when someone wins so much, it's just everything else just falls by the wayside. In terms of the final final kind of games of the season. We had a couple crazy matches during the season. Specifically, I think the highlight or one of the bigger ones was Arsenal defeating Chelsea 5-0. Crazy sense of Arsenal being so dominating, but they did come up short. 2 points short exactly, or 1 point short. I can't mistake. I see in my notes here it says 2 points short, but I want to double check. Because I thought it was 1 point. Premier League standings 91 to 89. So yeah, by 2 points. So it's really heartbreaking for Arsenal fans, coming so short again for the second time, and what that looks like for the team mentally going into the next season. I don't think it's going to affect really the team. I think it's going to give them more drive to do better. But we're also coming up against other teams that are seeming to finally get on the third, second, fourth gear in the later parts of the season, and it still won't get easy. On top of coming up against a Man City that is, from what I've understood, Pep's not going anywhere. So, will it be the same story next year? So it'll be really interesting to see. Over to the Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen won their first ever title. Xabi Alonso has done an amazing job breaking the consolidation of what Bayern Munich has always done, is constantly winning, which is really crazy because Harry Kane went to a club that is so, the odds of them winning is way, you don't lose. You go to Vegas bet and you're not going to lose that Bayern's going to win at least one trophy, and they won nothing. And that's really crazy to think about in those terms. But Bayern lifted the trophy to become Germany's champions. There's a new Champions League system that I probably will make another video kind of explaining what the new Champions League looks like. How Girona in the La Liga was like killing it, and it's amazing to see these kind of underdog teams. Well, I mean, here we go again, right? With the cash infusion of the Man City group, or the City group. So we'll see what they do. But without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to my brother. He has a couple things that he wants to say about this 2023-2024 season.
Greetings from Cali, Colombia. Exciting day of football today. Let's start things first off. Let's not be surprised we didn't think City were going to win it. And they made it a little exciting today. Maybe almost thinking that, West Ham were going to come back by scoring in the halftime and all that stuff. But right before halftime, I should say. And Foden. My God, you're a beast, man. Which obviously then sucks for Arsenal. They came up short again. Let's see who they buy this transfer market. I think they are going to be looking for a big time forward. If all of you did hear or know about kind of like the influencer world, I Show Speed said he knows that Mbappe will be going to Arsenal. I think he's full of shit, but that'd be pretty funny, and it'd be pretty interesting if he decides to go to the Premier League. And that Klopp, I love that he's one of those coaches that got a chance. I mean, granted, he did win things, and I understand, but Liverpool also gave him a chance to kind of build. They're not just like, oh, you had a terrible season, which it's stupid sometimes. Even like for Tottenham, you finish third or fourth, and that's like a terrible season, so they fire you. It's like there's no loyalty with coaches. So I love the sending off. I love how emotional the players got, like Trent and Van Dijk. I do think that Liverpool will look different next year. Salah, let's see if he stays. Trent, supposed to be going into his final year. They might want to sell him. Next year should be pretty interesting. I think a lot of teams look different. With that being said, I believe Sheffield, Luton, and Burnley. Smell you later. You will be in the Championship. So you are getting relegated. There'll be 3 new teams coming up. Which the relegation wasn't as exciting this year, because normally or sometimes, there's like 5 teams so close, so they need to win, and it makes it a lot more fun even watching those games. Other than that, pretty exciting. I'm kind of sad that, soccer's kind of done, or the Premier League is kind of done right now. But we also got Copa America over the summer, so it's not like there's nothing left.
So that was my little brother's thoughts. I miss him, and I wish him the best on his trip. Can't wait to have him back so we can talk some more soccer. But thank you again for everyone that's been listening to us, everyone that's been subscribing, all our new followers, people who've been commenting. It's been very lively discussions about how we're wrong, or that we are Barca supporters because we have strong thoughts on Real Madrid. It's been really fun to kind of talk to everyone and kind of get into the discourse of football across the world. Please like and subscribe and give us a comment or two. It's all good. We need it. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.